All right, for the other measurement without the pencil, we are going to have her in the same position again, hips and knees at 90, feet on the floor, arm adducted to the side, elbow at 90 degrees, forearm at neutral, and you can just relax your hand this time. And then I'm going to line up the goniometer. This time, the movable arm is still going to be parallel to the floor. The stationary arm is still going to be perpendicular to the floor. The movable arm is going to be just straight up. Sometimes people will say parallel to the humerus. Either one is fine to start with. And then usually the axis would be like about at the middle of the wrist. But I've also heard people say just like on the ulnar side of the wrist. Once they move, you're going to have to adjust it anyway. So that's the important thing. And then let's turn our palm up toward the ceiling. And I'm going to readjust, keeping the stationary arm perpendicular to the floor. The movable arm, I'm going to make parallel to that. Like if there was an imaginary line, like if I took my pencil and stabbed it through from her ulnar styloid to her radial styloid, I'm imagining that line, kind of visualizing that line. It would be about like that. And then I get about 87 degrees, it looks like, or no, 83 degrees, that looks like. And then you can go back to neutral, please, Kristen. And then for pronate, so that time we were on the inside. Now we're going to go to the outside. And you can either line up in the middle or down here. Either one's fine. You're going to have to move anyway. But the stationary arm is perpendicular to the floor. Movable arm is kind of like parallel to the humerus there, or straight. You could think of it like that. So let's go ahead and turn your palm downward. And then I'm going to do the same thing. Imagine that my imaginary knitting needle or chopstick or whatever you want to call it, it's going through the styloids. And I'm going to make this parallel to that imaginary line. This part is going to be perpendicular to the floor, and I got 80 degrees that time. All right.